This video is going to show you how you can have two windows open that are perfectly sized and don't overlap so that you can see your teacher but also see what you're working on and be able to enter a Google Meet, chat with your teacher, and go straight back to working. This also lets you see the example the teacher has on the screen. It's really cool. It's a little bit advanced, so pay close attention. So before we start today, I want you to know we're going to be working with some key commands. I'm going to talk about the Alt key, the bracket keys, and the Control key. Make sure you know where these keys are before you start this tutorial. Hey guys, so today's video is going to talk to you about how you can have two windows open on your Chromebook so that you can see your teacher in your Google Meet and your work at the same time. So right now I'm in a Google Meet. It's kind of lonely because it's just me, but it's just for practice. So let's say your teacher has told you to go to Google Classroom and start an assignment, but you still might have some questions in the chat box. You still might want to be able to see your teacher's example that she did on the board, whatever. Sometimes you need to see two things at once. So what you can do are some keyboard shortcuts, and I'm looking over here just to make sure I get them correct. One is called Alt Bracket, and then the other one is going to be Control Click. Okay, so right now all I'm going to do is do Alt and Bracket. So I'm going to show you what those two keys do to your computer. So do you see how now the window I was using is small and it's been pushed all the way to the left? Well, that's great, but over here I just have a bunch of blank space that I don't really need. So what I'm going to do is hit Control on my keyboard, and I'm going to do a mouse click at the same time. And another window opened up, just magically. There it was. Now, maybe the second window opens up and it's not the right size. Let's pretend it opens up and it's just all crazy. Well, I can't even make it all crazy. It wants to follow the rules. Say it looks like that. You don't want it to look like that. So you're going to do the opposite of what you did before. You're going to hit Alt, and then you're going to hit the other bracket on the other side, the right bracket. So it's just going to push those things off to the right side. So now that you have this other window over here, you can do anything that you need to do for your schoolwork. So, for example, you could go over here. You could open up your classroom. And one little word of caution, when you have two windows open, it can make your computer lag a little bit. So don't use this if your internet's being kind of grumpy and slow, okay? Alrighty. So I'm going to move me back over here. I don't think it's going to let me do that. Oh, well. All right, friends, just waiting on this to load. Perfect. So I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to use Mr. Pinero's math class. I have it right here. Let's pretend I'm going to meet with him and he has told me to do some math problems and I'm like, I'm going to need to talk to you. This is a great time to use that. So I got cut off in my last video, so I'm just going to pick up where we left off. So it's a great time to use this when you're doing assignments and you still need to be able to see the teacher and communicate with the teacher. So I'm going to go here to my classwork and I am going to click on waiting. I'm just going to click on this old assignment that you guys, if you're in Mr. Pinero's class, have already done, okay? And I'm going to open up my Google Doc. And you have to wait. Like I said, sometimes if you're trying to do too many things on your Chromebook, it gets really laggy and can be slow. It can slow down. Hey, I've already turned in this assignment and my number 3 thing that I learned was that the internet lags. Wow. All right. So pretend I'm actually still working on this assignment. Okay. It's already been submitted. So yeah, but I have a question. I have Mr. Pinero's class is going to be over here, or whoever, the meeting is going to be right here. So I'm going to click the chat box. I'm going to wait for it patiently. And then over here, I can just type whatever I need, like, hey, not sure what to do. Help. If I can type today. So I'm just going to hit that chat. And now that's in the chat bar, so my teacher can kind of come on either video or chat wise and give me a little help, but my homework is still here right in front of me. Okay, now let's pretend you've already turned everything in, everything's all done, and you want to go back to normal. You're going to click on this X right here. Excuse me. And then you're going to go up here to the square, and it's just going to pull it right back to the right size. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This one, I shouldn't really say that, isn't exactly easy, but once you get the hang of it, it is fantastic. The best thing about these Chromebooks and all the things you guys are doing with Google, you really can't mess it up. You're not going to break it or hurt it as long as you don't, have food and water or anything, or drop it. But as far as like clicking buttons, as long as you're clicking things in a way that makes sense, you're going to be okay. Okay. If you ever get really stuck, you can always just restart your computer. Okay. So I hope this helps. I hope it helps you get more work done and be able to get the help you need from your teacher. Thank you. Bye.